Have you ever felt like your email list is not growing and it's completely stuck? So you create amazing content. So you create YouTube videos, blog posts, social media content, but for some reason your email list stays stagnant or just barely grows. Don't worry about it. A lot of people have been in your situation. In this video, I'm going to go over what exactly a lead magnet is and how to use lead magnets to not only grow your email list, but to grow your business. Okay, so before we actually get into what lead magnets are, let's actually talk about what a lead is. So basically, a lead is anyone who has raised their hand, so to speak, to what you have to offer. Whether that be them subscribing to your YouTube channel, subscribing to your email list, following you on social media, whatever it is, this shows that this person could eventually be a potential customer of something that you offer because they have raised their hand to something that you have now. Okay, now that we know what a lead is, the bait that actually attracts someone is called a lead magnet. Basically, a lead magnet is a free, valuable piece of content that you offer out to the world, and then someone decides to exchange their email address in exchange for that offer, right? So someone has said, yay, I think this is a great idea. I want to learn more about what this lead magnet is about, what your business is about. So let me go ahead and give you my email address so you can send me the lead magnet. So a lead magnet can be pretty much anything. It could be an ebook, a template, a mini course, a white paper, it could be a free training video, it could be absolutely anything that is valuable to your audience. So whatever type of business you're in, your lead magnet can be completely different than the business down the street. So don't compare yourself to this business down here that's giving away a mini course versus your business that just has a checklist. Just keep in mind that lead magnets can be anything and they actually need to be super valuable and tailored to your business. So before we jump into why leads and lead magnets are so important, I just wanted to take an aside and talk about someone who talks about leads a lot in his book, $100 Million Leads, Alex Hormozi. He actually talks about the cost of actually getting that lead and maximizing the value of each lead. He also talks about optimizing your entire funnel. This is from your initial offer, which is your lead magnet in this case, all the way up to your high ticket products or services that you actually offer in your business. But it's not just about getting any lead, because you don't want just any and everybody on your email list. You want highly qualified people on your email list. Highly qualified people that actually want what you have to offer in your business. So in order to get highly qualified people on your email list, you need a highly qualifiable lead magnet that is specifically tailored to your audience. Okay, so now that we know what leads are and now that we know what lead magnets are, why exactly are lead magnets so important? So I'm glad you asked. So lead magnets are very important considering the fact that email lists are your own. Basically, meaning if you are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of those platforms could shut down at any time. So therefore, you would lose your YouTube subscribers, you would lose your Instagram followers, your Facebook followers, and you wouldn't have any way to communicate with them. So let's think back a couple years ago when Instagram and Facebook were down for like 8 hours. And everybody was flipping their lids. All the people who built their businesses on Facebook and Instagram and had these groups and DMs and things like that, they were losing it because they did not have any way to access their customer base or their target audience. They had no way to access them for 8 hours and, no way of telling how long it would be before they could actually access them, right? So they couldn't respond in any Facebook groups. They could not send any DMs to anybody. What you do in that situation and what saves you in that situation is having your own email list. Having an email list that is built on your platform, on your persona, on your business. So therefore, if there was some kind of outage on some kind of community like that, all you have to do is go back to your email service provider and type up an email and let your audience know, hey, this is happening, but we'll be back online as soon as the platform's back online, or whatever it may be, right? This means you have a direct access to your customers versus having to go through a platform and be reliant on a platform. Another benefit of email lists is basically what you can do in the meantime. So email lists are not just for when there is an outage on social media. Email lists are for you sending updates to your potential clients, you sending offers, you letting them know about a special going on, you keeping them in the loop of when your new software is dropping. So there are so many different things that you can do in an email list that you can't do on a platform. And it's going to be more targeted. So whenever I have a YouTube video go out, if someone is subscribed and has on their bell notifications, yes, they will know when I drop a new video. But if they are on my email list, they are actually going to get an email straight in their inbox from me. All right, now that we know why lead magnets are so important, let's get into the nitty-gritty of creating a lead magnet for your business. So when I first started my business way back when, I was under the impression that you only needed one lead magnet. And that one lead magnet was to do the job of 20 lead magnets to bring people into your business and on your email list. And now that I've grown in business, I know that can't be further than the truth, right? So I have multiple lead magnets depending on the customer journey. So I may have some people on my email list that are complete beginners, and maybe they are complete beginners to content creation, automation, lead generation, and so they need beginner type content. I also have people that are mid-level, right? So maybe they know more than the beginner, but they need just a little bit more help with a certain aspect of something. And then we have the top there. So the top people are more than likely experts, have a lot of money, really successful in business, may know how to do something, may not know how to do something, but the thing is they probably don't have time to actually implement it. So you need lead magnets for every step of the value ladder, every step of the journey. So that way you aren't leaving anybody out. So if you only created one lead magnet and that lead magnet was only for beginner type people in your industry, that's all you're going to attract. So you would have a bunch of entry-level people, right? And when you go to try to sell them something that is higher tier or more advanced, then you may not actually get many sales, if any, because you are speaking over their heads, right? Because they're just not at that level yet as far as their business is concerned, or as far as their personal circumstances, right? So no talking down on anybody. It's just that you can't sell higher tiered items and advanced strategies to people who are just now learning something, right? So they may need just like the bare entry level, okay, how do I do this, okay? So this is the reason you don't want a single lead magnet. Okay, so there are 3 steps when you are creating a lead magnet for any level of your customers on your value ladder. So the first step is obviously identifying a problem. Which problem is your audience actually having the most struggle with? What is keeping them up at night? So what are they having problems with and need a little bit more guidance on? Step 2 is actually, after you figured out the problem, is offering a solution. So maybe your lead magnet is helping people with weight loss, right? So maybe specifically it's helping people with weight loss after giving birth. So we know that these are women. So maybe your lead magnet could be something like, okay, so here is a diet plan for a woman who has just given birth and is still breastfeeding. Okay, so that would actually be something that met somebody where they were and helping them find a solution to their problem. So you give them this lead magnet that has like a customized eating plan and slow introduction back into working out after having a baby. And this is what your lead magnet is. The last step is actually making your lead magnet easy to access. So in the last example, we talked about women who had just given birth and want to get back to their pre-pregnancy state and everything else. So you probably aren't going to find these women on a platform that is maybe more male dominated, or maybe you are going someplace that does not have a high level of women who are in the childbearing age. So maybe you're on a platform where the women are mostly 40 or above or whatever, and they're not actually looking for that. So you want to make this stuff easy to access, right? So that's all a part of knowing your audience and knowing what they need and where to meet them where they're at, in addition to knowing what platforms that you would find your particular audience on. So your lead magnet, make it easy to access. The first step of that is actually knowing where these people are hanging out. And then that is where you're coming in with your content and directing people to download your lead magnet. All right, so we've talked about a lot here. We've talked about leads, we've talked about lead magnets, we've talked about the value ladder. So how are you actually creating these lead magnets? So there are a variety of ways that you can create lead magnets depending on what it is again. Once again, like I said, if you have a particular business, your lead magnet is going to be different than the person down the street. So as an example, maybe if you have a SaaS, then you are giving away demos. If you have a weight loss business, maybe you're giving away a customized dietary plan or something of that nature. So depending on what it is, you do have a lot of different options on how you can actually create your lead magnets. One of the leading design platforms that a lot of people use is Canva. So they make it easy. You can go in, you don't have to be a graphic designer. You can go ahead and make up your lead magnet, download it, and put it somewhere to where someone else can actually put in their email address and get it sent to them via email. So another thing is Magnetify. So I have been talking a lot on my channel about Magnetify, and basically that is where you can actually create lead magnets, and you can also have them housed there. So all people have to do is go to your link, put in their email address, and they'll be able to see the lead. Magnetify has not launched yet, but we are launching soon later on in this year. So if you want to go ahead and get on the wait list for that, you most definitely can. You can check out a previous video where I uploaded how everything's going to look like on the back end, so you can see exactly what a lead magnet looks like and how you would actually share that with users as well. If you want to know when Magnetify launches, I'm leaving a link down below so you can sign up for the wait list, so that way you can be one of the first beta testers for Magnetify. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video on lead magnets and learning what leads and lead magnets were and what type of lead magnet to create for your audience, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.